right, great. So my name is Zeta Govan. I'm the city councilor in Ward 8, and I'm going to be opening the meeting for the Finance Committee Subcommittee. Today's March 2nd, 2026, 5 p.m. Acknowledging Councilor Davila, who is on the committee, as well as LeVar Click Bruce. And we have a few other guests on Zoom. So the first order of business is the revenue and expenditure report, Mr. Burns.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'll be presenting the January revenue versus expenditure report. Really the key issues we're looking at, as we all know, is snow removal, both for facilities and for DPW. So monitoring electricity and natural gas seem to be doing surprisingly well with a natural gas budget, but we're projecting a shortfall in electricity. Trying to see how that's going to shake out. Get a few more months of data before coming to the council for a transfer.
All right, good. Thank you, Pat.
So,
Did you have a question? Yes.
I'm sorry, I missed the electricity part. What we coming short on?
The budget projecting on the city side about a $400,000 deficit at this point. We're hoping naturally with the days getting longer, the street light account, the street lights won't be on as much, so we should get a bump in savings on that. But we're just comparing actuals to last year.
So this is on the expenditure side.
Yes.
And but we don't know where the source of that 400,000 is coming from. Is it the light poles, somebody leaving the lights on the office?
It's the major expenditure on the city side is street lights. So that's about a $1.6 million budget. So that's for the majority of the shortfall in street lighting.
Oh, so you think it's because of the lights? The nights being longer, darker, longer.
And the delivery charge did increase.
Yeah, we know all of that.
We're locked in. We're locked in on the supply side with a favorable rate, but the delivery does fluctuate.
That's what I was gonna say. The delivery charge is increased a lot for everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's tough. All right, bills, number 2, bills of prior year, Parks Department.
I can speak to that. This is a bill actually from September of 23 that the Park Department, they didn't realize they still owed. Of course, Amtrak didn't forget. So we need the council's approval to pay the $1,400.
Okay. All right, any questions on that one? Commissioner Carlton Harris has joined us. Thank you. Oh, and Pat Roach and Lindsay. Molly, of course, from the library. All right, so the cable PEG access account, Comcast franchise fee.
That's just the quarterly payment that we receive, and then we just pass those funds on to Focus Springfield.
And you're looking to transfer money for snow removal services. That was expected. Who's that?
John Carrick,
John.
we're gonna take it out of free cash.
Okay.
They cannot deficit spend. Chris Signoli's account can, facilities cannot, and that's why John is here. And we're requesting $500,000 from free cash.
Okay. Now, have you expended that yet, or that's in anticipation?
The majority of that is expended, but there's a small portion that's anticipated. Our hope is to perform this maneuver once and forecast through the rate at which we're spending through the winter. As everyone knows, it's been a tough winter, one like we haven't seen in the last decade. So we're being as aggressive as we can with managing that contract, but there's still we still have to treat and get through the remaining month of the season.
Okay.
Hopefully, the only month left.
Yes, Councilor Donovan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So we transferred $500,000 to from free cash to facilities to go with the snow removal services. The total budget was like 2 million, close to 2 million to start with?
Not on the facility side. We start out the year with about 119,000 in the line.
For snow removal
Correct.
only, okay. So where have we paid? Have we paid anything above the $190,000?
We've expended what we've been allotted. Right now, we have approximately $400,000 in billable services that are complete. That's a moving figure, right? Like it takes a little time for those bills to process through, given that, we were just treating this past weekend a handful of locations. So
So am I to understand then that this $500,000 is to pay the guys and
it's going to pay us what we've done and what we've committed to thus far. We did some internal transfers so that we wouldn't ever spend.
Okay.
But we're hoping to backfill that so we can continue services across
For my own education here, where did you transfer that money from?
a variety of accounts that we had on the facility side, and the facilities operating budget.
A lot of the spring expenses.
Yep.
Sounds like a little juggling.
It certainly
Well,
is.
we didn't want to come too soon, so we had to come every month for free cash.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, we got hit hard.
Uh-huh.
And then we got hit again.
And we will.
So, no, it's done.
Mhm.
I'm declaring it's done. Just a lot of rain, it's going
Okay.
away.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're not talking about that, but we are comfortable now that we think this $500,000 will cover that. And
Agreed.
So my final question, so we're okay to cover, God forbid, another big major storm if need be.
don't say that, Counselor.
Well, we got.
No, not a huge, I mean,
plan
if
for
we
the
get
worst.
another 15 inches, no.
Mm-mm.
I mean, then we'll probably have to
You'll be
come
back.
back and
Yeah.
get some more. We're hoping not. The weather looks like it's turning and you're jinxing us, but
No.
Knock on wood, we typically see March with a few salt ice treatments here and there. Maybe a 1 to 3. Hopefully, we're hoping to stay within our typical range. With the warming trend coming forward. If you look at the extended forecast, there was a warming trend. So
All right, thank you.
Yeah, there is. And I was gonna ask about snow removal itself. So from my understanding, we do contract that out to
Yellowstone.
private, to Yellowstone does it only, or are there others?
Well, so it's a public bid. Yellowstone is the bid winner, but Yellowstone does subcontract with a large variety of local businesses, a long list of subcontractors that work on the varying sides of that. It's a fairly large contract, huge contract, in fact,
Yeah,
serving both the schools and the municipal buildings.
right. I'm just asking because I'm just wondering how we hold them accountable, right? Because if someone complains, like who do we talk to and how do we go about it?
Well, so on the facilities end, those complaints can be logged through 311. We monitor those. 311 does filter those through parks and facilities. Calls, just like DPW, some calls will go through the mayor's office. So they do a pretty good job of sending those where they need to go. Any complaints are resolved. I'm personally responsible and out in the storms for the municipalities and the public schools. So we're out early morning, we're out late evenings, weekends, watching the contractor's performance. I have a couple of zone managers who work underneath me, and they go out to the locations. We also have building representatives, custodian, Al Rodriguez here at City Hall. Each school has a senior custodian who completes a snow report after each event. They call in damages, they call in concerns. So we just try to be receptive to any concerns that come in and hit them as fast and as hard as we can.
Okay.
Make sure liability and safety is protected.
Madam Chair, may I make a suggestion?
Just one more thing, I know that I was getting a lot of calls, after, and I waited a couple of days because we haven't had a storm like this in a long time, so I tried to, make sure people know that we need to be patient, but after a couple of days, I know a lot of them reached out to me and asked me about side streets, so I did reach, send those to Chris, and I'm sure he's probably sent them to you guys, and I think the response was really good.
So side streets wouldn't be our office. Ours would be like City Hall, police,
So
School buildings.
just the public buildings. So who does the streets?
but that would be Chris Signoli under DPW.
Well, that's
team.
Chris, yeah. So I think he did a good job considering the magnitude of the storm and the side streets, because I know whenever I sent him something, the people that reached out to me, came back and said, oh, okay, the street was done, so I have to give him his props, because it was tough, and I know it, so. Council Davila?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just, clarified that, Chris does the potholes, which I'm sure we're gonna be talking about shortly
Oh, yes.
in the very near future, but, you mentioned a snow report. So that snow report is only for the facilities,
Only for the school buildings.
school buildings. Okay. Is there such a thing as a snow report for the city itself?
I'm not aware of that. If you're talking about roads, again, that would go to Chris
Yeah, got it,
Sicoli.
Chris, okay.
Yeah, I know they have their online program
Right,
Yeah.
right.
for all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions from anyone on Zoom? Nope. All right, so, elementary schools upgrade the bond order, 1.2 million. Would that be? Sir.
Good afternoon.
Garvey.
This is for the beginning stages of the potential heat pump conversions for 5 schools, 5 elementary schools, Zanetti, Talmadge, Liberty, Lynch, and South End. So again, this is the infancy of the program. This is the first time we're doing the heat pump conversion. And the MSBA is using Springfield as the first group to get approved for this. There's 5 here. The next time I come in front of you, it'll be 4 more. So they've approved 9 total schools for us. 5 of them are in this group because they have allotted a certain amount per time.
Okay. Good. Any questions? All right. The number 6, order authorizing a contract term over 3 years for food services management company for the Springfield Public Schools. Who's
I
got
believe
that?
Pat Roach is on.
Pat?
How you doing?
Good.
So we're requesting a 5-year contract for the food service management contract. We're just finishing year 5 of our previous one. We're trying to have competition come in, and we think we're going to have up to 5 bidders on the contract. But 5 years is a best practice when you have groups trying to come in, and if they have a lot of startup costs, they want to be able to spread them out over a multiple years. So 5 years is the better way to do it.
Okay. So it does say 3 years on here, so should that be 5 years?
Yes.
Over 3 years.
Over 3 years.
So if you look at the detail, it says it's a 5-year contract
Okay.
in the packet.
All right. So Pat, I'm really glad, Madam President joined us. Thank you for joining us. Madam President?
Thank you. I'm also in the room next door to you, but
Come on in here then.
yeah. So hey Pat.
How you doing?
Good. I recently went to Forest Park Middle School and spoke. And one of the things that I said is there's one thing that you can change about the school. What would it be? And it was lunch. Everybody said lunch. So I don't know how you all decide if it's the lowest responsible bidder, but we also have to have some quality in there because I've been hearing this since that last contract started. So this isn't anything new with the last contract. So I don't know if they're even in the running again, but if they are, there have to be some service standards put in the contract. Like food being hot. When my nieces and nephews were going to school, they were getting cold lunches. So they weren't eating it, so they were coming home starving. And we started just sending lunches home because their food was cold, like frozen.
Mhm.
If you have any specific concerns, I'm happy to follow up on them.
I'm telling you specifically what the kids said
Yeah,
on Friday. That the lunch is terrible. And so, kids can't learn when they're hungry. But like I said, this isn't just a new complaint. We've been getting this since this contract started.
Yep. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
did you want like some feedback on what we like
If it's Forest Park, I'm happy to follow up and figure out what we need some information in order to be able to troubleshoot what the issue is. So
To
if it's Forest,
troubleshoot if the food was cold,
yeah,
like not heated thoroughly all the way through. And
that wouldn't be something that's a problem in all schools. It would be a problem that's an issue at one specific location. So we would need just to know more
what
information
school
in
that
order
was.
to address it. Yes.
Okay, so that they didn't specifically say that at Forest Park, but those were some of the things that my nieces and nephews were saying, and I know one of the schools was Zanetti at the time, so that must have been like 2 years ago or last year, and um, the other school was Harena. But that was 2 years ago. Things could have changed since then. They could have got the feedback since then. So I just you wanted something specific, so I just gave it to you.
I appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. So,
Just,
and Pat, hold on a second. I'm really excited to hear that you have 5 bidders possibly bidding on the contract. I'm wondering, and I don't know if, Madam President was alluding to this, but if there might be some way to have some community input, because I agree with, Madam President, I've been hearing a lot of complaints about the food not being edible by the kids. And that could be preference, or it could be the way it looks. I know that my granddaughter goes to Dorman and she won't eat that food. She's picky. She only likes pizza and chicken nuggets, but even the pizza she won't eat. So I'm just wondering, because I feel like we waste a lot of food, which is money that we're using. So I'm just wondering if there's a way for us to work together somehow to decide. I don't know how you're going to decide, but if there's a way for us to possibly involve the community. I know a few years ago, I think Home Goods, I don't know if that was a name change or what. They came out actually to the Food Truck Festival in Indian Orchard and presented this whole new thing that they were going to do, and it was exciting because the food was going to taste better, it was going to be better. But unfortunately, I haven't heard those positive reports from the students that go to the schools. So I'm just hoping that we could do something different so that kids can eat the food that we're serving them and that we're paying for, and that it's not wasted. We can talk about
Absolutely.
that.
We have a community member on our committee, our selection committee, and student feedback's a big part of what our expectations are for any new food service provider coming in.
Okay, do you guys have surveys like at the schools on a regular basis, like maybe monthly, ask the kids and things like that? So
There are surveys being done on a regular basis, but it's actually one of our grading items in the RFP is how each company is going to engage students and get feedback from students and families.
okay, all right, Councilor Davila?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Pat, I'm gonna reach out to the school committee person, for Forest Park Middle School, and bring this up. I'm glad that it was 2 years ago. I'm hoping that that issue has been resolved, I hope. But at least, so she's aware in the loop, because that I agree, it's money lost. But I think that the school committee needs to be involved in this as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Steve? Hi, Stephen.
Evening, everyone. Stephen Howard, 1104 Withington. I have 3 main concerns. One is, how culturally sensitive are the meals? When you take into consideration the diversity of Springfield, especially as it pertains to religion. The other one is, 5 years seem to be a long term, because once they committed to that 5 years, if there's dissatisfaction, nothing could be done about changing, bringing in a different vendor. So maybe something could be worked out, maybe whereby after the first year, if there's satisfaction, then it could be extended to a second, and so forth and so forth. And the third thing is, since the temperature of the food seems to be of concern, do you have serve-safe folks at the schools to make sure that the food is served at the standards that it's supposed to be served at? And if not, why not? Thank you.
So for your first question, we do halal meals for our students that would like those. We have those. We have other culturally sensitive dishes. Also it's one of the grading criteria is we're hoping whatever vendors come in give us their proposals on how they would affect change in those areas. To your second question, it's actually not technically a 5-year contract. It's a 1-year contract with 4 options to renew. So
Okay.
it totals 5 years, but we do have the ability that if they're not performing satisfactory, we don't have to renew. And then to your final question, what was your final question? I apologize.
Serve-safe.
Serve safe. Every food service worker is serve safe certified.
Okay, but why does the temperature of the food still seem to be of a concern?
I have not heard that concern that Madam President shared, so this is the first I'm hearing of a concern from a couple years ago. So we'll have people check and ensure that it's not still a problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam President?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to clarify that, number one, I said it wasn't at Forest Park Middle School that they said anything about the temperature. I said I asked the question and generally the kids were like, ooh, the food was nasty. And I just didn't want anyone talking to anyone at the school, and that's not what the children said. And then number two, was the 2 schools that I did mention was Zanetti and I think
Arena.
Arena was years ago, like a few
Good.
years ago. So this could have already been addressed. If you want to bring it up, you can, but it was a couple years ago. I haven't had the children in 2 years, so it was when they lived with me. So I just wanted to clarify those points. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Councilor Davila?
Sure. Pat, when does the contract expire?
June 30th of this year.
Of this year? Okay. Question for you. If it doesn't get renewed by then, what happens?
We're out to RFP right now.
Well, how are we, if we don't sign the contract by June 30th, is there a provision that we can extend it for a couple of months or weeks? Or what do we do in those cases? That's enough.
I'd have to consult the law department.
Okay. Well, they should be resolved by June 30th for sure.
Yeah.
We have a timeline that was required by the state that we're following,
Yeah.
and we expect the contract to be done by that time.
No, but I'm sure, Pat, that in that timeline, you guys adjusted in case we have questions, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you, Pat. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Pat, I know this is, I'm gonna be dating myself. But I remember our lunch mothers in the cafeteria cooking the meals. Would that be cheaper to do if we had, a lunch mother in each school? I would really like to explore that because again, the food that the kids are reporting at the schools is not really edible, like, Council Whitfield said that, kids go home hungry because they don't eat the food, because they don't like it. I don't know, there's some more questions, so, I'm gonna propose, that maybe one of my committee members make a motion that we send this, item to committee, so we can have more discussion on it, and have more counselors involved, and maybe more community members at that time, so. That's just, I know that's way out there, lunch mothers, I don't know how realistic it is, but.
Just to put on the record, I didn't know what lunch mothers were until now.
You're not that young. All right,
Do you want to, should I
Would
make a
you?
motion? Yeah,
Sure.
so I make a motion to send item 6 regarding authorization, the contract over 3 years for food service management for this Springfield Public Schools to committee. What committee would that be? Well,
we'll decide which one should it be here. We could keep it in this committee, yeah. Okay, Counselor Click Bruce, would you like to second that motion?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Okay, number 7, order authorizing the contract term over 3 years for the school department copy, print, mail, and courier operation. Who's got that?
I can take that one as well.
Thanks, Pat.
So we are actually soliciting pricing for both 3 years and 4 years. And if the 4-year pricing is more favorable, we'd like to select the 4-year pricing.
Mhm.
We do expect the 4-year pricing to be more favorable, and that's the useful life of the copy machines and
Okay.
the equipment in there. So we believe it'll be offer us the best deal, but if that is what we select, we would like the ability to enter into a 4-year contract.
I see. Okay. Any questions or comments on that? I don't know a lot about that part. So it's basically a copy machine.
We have a copy center that does a lot of work. We have the machines in all the building and all the printers in the
In every
district.
building, or it's just in the administration building?
No, every building and throughout the district.
Okay. Ooh, I wonder how much that total contract is.
We believe it will come in around 4.5 million over 3 years or 5.5 million over 4 years.
Okay. All right. No questions? Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
And the 5-year HP service lease, the IT department, who would that be?
That's me. So we're going to, basically all the machinery that runs pretty much the entire city is now at end of life. So we found it more cost effective to lease. It's easier for finance, so we don't have this big, huge speed bump of several $100,000. It's more easy to manage. We get the latest and greatest. So all we need is permission to go another 5 years. This is a standard practice every 5 years.
That's been a good contract, you feel?
Fantastic.
Any questions? Does that have anything to do with like websites and stuff like that?
It's just the machinery that
Just the
runs
machinery.
on.
Okay.
But yes, it's.
You need to have that conversation about the websites. Upgrading that a little bit. Thank you. Any questions on that one? No. All right, so we have the grants. We have a few of them that are hopefully will be under the threshold. We can take them all at the same time. So Springfield City Library donation, you could tell us about it, Molly. Is there another one for, there's another one for 30,000 too. Do all of them.
I'll do all three. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
The $500 is a donation for children's materials in languages other than English at the Forest Park branch. And this is a continuation. We have a donor who grew up in Springfield and Forest Park and has been donating every year for a few years. So this is his latest donation. And the $1,000 donation is for us to use as we please. So at any of our locations. So we haven't determined yet how we'll use it. And the $30,000 is from the Carnegie Foundation in New York. And they decided this year, in honor of the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, they are giving libraries who have buildings that were built by Andrew Carnegie funding. And we have 3 in Springfield. We have the Indian Orchard branch, which was built in 1909, the Forest Park branch built in 1909 as well, and then the Central Library in 1912. And we can use, therefore, it's 10,000 per building, so we're getting 30,000, and we'll be planning some programs around that with that funding.
Yes, that sounds good.
Great.
Love library for the monies. Love money for the libraries. All right, Elder Affairs, Roy.
This was a donation we received from a collaboration we have with the Springfield Boys and Girls Club Family Center. We had a Black History Month luncheon, and this was their portion that they donated towards the program.
Cool. Beautiful. Any questions on that? Nope. All right, Parks Department bench donation,
That one's me, Madam Chair.
Sequoia.
So this is just a park bench donation from a Dennis and Nancy Gannon for a Richard Mastrangelo.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, Council David.
Thank you. The bench donation, is that for a particular bench or just in the future?
So it's for memorial bench for Richard Mastrangelo. So there's multiple benches throughout Forest Park. If you ever go for like a walk or a run, you'll see them and you'll see like a placard in the middle of them, and it'll have like a name and like dates.
So it's gonna be a Forest Park.
Correct, yes.
And this is for Dennis and Nancy.
Gannon.
And donated it.
Yeah, I got that much. Okay. We like benches.
Yes.
All right, so the Project Safe Neighborhood Grant.
This department was awarded $13,900 from the Mass State Police to do overtime deployments.
Questions, comments? Sir.
Come in again?
Kyla Raymer.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I know I've seen you before. But Kyla, is that for the summer, that's gonna be targeted or?
It's till September 15th.
This year. Okay.
So starting now to September 15th and. Okay, is that, I'm just wondering, is that overtime for the detail or just in general?
Fire investigation unit to go out and, yeah.
Yeah, at the conclusion of investigations, oftentimes you have to call an officers off duty, pay overtime. Just prior to obtaining search warrants to safely conduct those warrants, execute. We need more than one shift of officers working at it.
And just a curiosity, how many guys do we have in that fire investigation unit?
About 20,
20.
but they're split up
Yeah,
between day shift and 4 to 12 shift.
But that also includes police and fire.
No, firearms investigations unit within this.
Firearms, okay.
No, firearms investigation unit.
Okay, I got you. Fine. Thank you.
So I know with grants, and Sequoia could tell me, someone applied for this grant for the police department. Yeah, so that's why they got it.
If I may, I wanted to compliment you guys that you guys have done took a lot of guns and drugs recently. One of them there on White Street. The compliments. I think you guys saved a lot of lives, both from overdose and from combat. So I just wanted to put that on the record. That we appreciate it.
All right, and then the last one is the Health and Human Services grant for the homeless grant. Ms. Helen?
Yes, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening. I am here to speak to our 4 million. Madam Chair, would you tell me the exact number? Well, I think it's $4,725,776. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So this is 2 years worth of grants. I want to be clear.
Okay.
This is Health Services for the Homeless. You know that this is our health center that treats homeless individuals. We have oral health, dental services, case management, nursing services, and of course the administration and other ancillary charges or programs that we do. So the 362,885 is for FY 26. I should tell you that the homeless grant starts February 1st of each year. So it's not like the fiscal year that we are dealing with the city. So February 1st, 2026, $2,362,888. And then for FY 27, the same amount, $2,362,888. That is the Health Services for the Homeless federal grant that we have been receiving since 1988. I should say, while we'll approve these amounts, I get a little nervous because federal grant money is changing so quickly. But I do have a notice of award that has that amount in there.
Okay, great, thank you. And I just, again, every time I think about the work that the Health and Human Services Department does, it's just amazing, and that you've been getting this since the eighties. And then on the other hand, I think, why are we still addressing this issue? But that's another meeting. But thank you for the work that you're doing, Commissioner.
You're quite welcome,
Any
and thank you.
questions on that grant? No? Okay, perfect. So, all right, those are all the items. Can I get a motion to approve all of them except for number 6, which we're sending to committee? So move, Counselor Bruce, Click Bruce, you're seconding it.
Second.
All in favor? All right, I think it'll be a great meeting, right?
So just to clarify.
Yes.
The only grant that's gonna have to be heard is Helen's, the other
Yeah.
one will be one vote. So you don't have to be at anyone who spoke to one of the smaller grants, you don't need to be at the council.
Right.
Correct.
Yep. That is correct. Thank you all.